Mustn't forget that these World Championships were planned for Australia, but because of COVID, they've been moved to Poland, who put up their hand and said, hey, we'll carry the flag, we'll carry the mantle for archery, and Wroclaw decided to host the event. So here we go then, with the bronze medal match in the women's team event. It's Ukraine, closest to us, up against India. So the three Indian women, Bari, Punya and Verma. So introductions over. It's a battle for bronze. And they'll be shooting over 70 metres, Nikki.
That's right, yeah, we're back to the set system again. So best of 4 sets for these teams. Each team shooting 2 arrows per set, each team member. And if you win a set, you get 2 points. If you draw the set, you get 1 point. So effectively, if you get to 5, you win the match.
For many of these young competitors, it is the biggest international stage they've appeared on. It can be quite daunting. So India open up this session with a 10. Tanisha Verma going second. And another 10 for the Indian team. Varvara Iliash going second for Ukraine. Gets a 9, 17. So 25 for Ukraine. We have to await confirmation on one of those early Indian arrows. That's a 7. So final arrow for India. And it's a 9. So 51 total. 17 difference between the two teams. 2 arrows to go, and that's a 7. So they need a 10 to get a point from this set. Oh, it is. What a fine final arrow that was from the Ukraine. So the unofficial totals 51 each. And we'll wait for some of those arrows to be confirmed. But if that is 51 each, then it's a point apiece. Your thoughts on the early stages of this match, Nikki?
Really good comeback by Ukraine with that 10 of the last arrow. You know, high pressured arrow to try and steal some points back here, and they managed to deliver. See lots of bows in the area behind them. That's because there's no equipment failures in these eliminations, so if there was a problem with the bow, they can come back and grab another one.
So points shared in that opening set. It's 1 each. Waiting for the clock to counter down to start. Komali Kabari will get the second set underway. India also has a team in the men's team gold medal final. And also be represented in the mixed team final. And in the women's individual. And central to that is Komali Kabari, the woman who's shooting first for India. Varvara Ilyas now for Ukraine. 18 total. One more arrow from these three. Irina Tretyakova, who managed a 10 on her final arrow in the previous set to grab that point for Ukraine, but couldn't come anywhere close to that this time. So 25 apiece it is, still nothing to separate these two.
Most of the archers struggling a little bit with the left or right. That might be because we've had a little bit of wind coming from the left. Whether they're getting moved slightly to the right, or I think the Ukrainians might even be over aiming off.
Great shot from Nomava. And that's a 10. So they're within 8 points of India now. And 9 will win the set for Ukraine. Tetrikyova with the shot. And it's a 9. So Ukraine go ahead. We'll wait for confirmation, of course, as the judges go down and do a bit of measuring. But at the moment, Ukraine look to have won that second set, putting them 3-1 up in the match. So they collect their arrows and prepare for the third set with Ukraine 3-1 up. And a really impressive end to that second set by Ukraine. 3 10s. In fact, they got 4 10s out of 6 shots in the second set. Kumli Kabari leading for India. She has an individual goal match as she tries to defend her under 18, well, her world title that she won at under 18 category 2 years ago at these same championships. It's an 8 from her. That's actually the weakest arrow she's fired so far.
That's quite a long hold on that last shot for the Indians. You get 2 minutes to shoot these arrows. So they might have a little less time in the second segment.
That's right, 2 minutes for all 6 arrows. Works out about 20 seconds an arrow. Which sounds long enough, but that time soon flies, as you say, Nikki, especially if you take too long, or your teammates take too long on the earlier arrows. Just inflicts added pressure on you. So India just with the slightest of advantages. Unusual to see an arrow like that from the Indian team. So 53 is Ukraine's target. That's going to count as a 10, bringing them up to 45. Nine to win the set. And she gets it.
And the match.
She's ice cool, isn't she, Tretiakova? She wins the set, and that is 2 points, bringing it to 5-1. Job done for Ukraine.
They didn't really let India in the door, did they? Leading from the second set, taking the match 5-1.
So our first medal in the under-21s has been won. It's by the Ukraine, 5-1 in 3 sets. And I think what the Ukrainians showed there, Nikki, was just how cool they can be under pressure.
Yeah, they seemed to deal with it really well, didn't they? Obviously, under-21s are slightly more experienced than the archers we watched this morning, but they've come out here and really put on a good performance. You know, there is a little change in the wind out there. It's not easy. They were able to adapt and shoot some good scores.
So congratulations to Ukraine. They win the bronze in the women's team event. India missing out. India hugely successful in the under-18s earlier on, getting a couple of golds and 3 bronzes, and bronze in the women's team for the under-18s, but not so for the under-21s. So that leaves us to decide the gold and the silver medal between Japan and Russia, and that match is next.
And now please welcome the athletes to the field of play for the Recurve Junior